Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're going to jump right in here with the plan to clear layers, which is going to boost our rep with factions, hopefully to get Sanhedrian to the threshold for finally unlocking their tech. So for this first one, I had only 4 characters, but I figured, that's fine. This will be the last one we do before we go into the super high mobility soldier strat. However, either these became much more difficult with the release day patch, which I'm now using, or later in the campaign, these just get bigger and more difficult with more enemies. I'm not sure which one it is. Either way, this turned out to be a lot more convoluted than I expected, but ultimately not all too challenging. Basically, rather than just running one guy across the map, I had to move the entire squad into the middle of the map to occupy the plethora of enemies coming towards us. They didn't have to do very much, kill a Siren, kill a Triton, and just sit there kind of holding back some Arthrans. And then we could run all the way across the map with Ali and shoot the spawnery in the face. By the way, shooting the spawnery and disabling its torso reduces its maximum hit points by 500, and they only have 600 hit points. So my strategy before for just hitting them with a club actually wasn't as efficient as shooting them in the face once and then hitting them with a club, which I learned right here. Ten, 10, 10. Whoo, is that ever nice?
It would appear that diplomatic relations between Sanhedrian and the Phoenix Project are improving. This seemed like a positive development to me, but I'm curious. Are you motivated by any kind of investment in our political and philosophical views, or are you just doing your job?
We are protecting all factions without taking sides.
So our short-term goals are similar, but our long-term goals are not necessarily aligned. Or perhaps you're still weighing your options. Unfortunate, but not unexpected.
Oh, this is so typical. This is just so typical. They're like, we're helping you, but we also hate you, -5. For God's sake, I did this so I wouldn't have a penalty. But okay, fine. Fine. Taken care of. Let's take a look at diplomacy here. It's 33 on Sanhedrian, 48, 60. Very nice. So 75, 75, 50 is the target for the next few missions. Anywho's, now let's take Helios 2 and go pick up a 5th member, now that I think we've got this area taken care of. Or we could just stay here and prepare ourselves for a scan, actually. That might make more sense. Here would be a good place for the scan. Then let's head back to Phoenix Point to pick up my new super mover McMoving Man. And here we are. Super moving McMoving Man is heretofore known as Christian Overson. Now, Christian Overson is going to have mobility of the literal gods. And more mobility on top of that. Now, we're going to give him Dash, which means we need to spec into new class Assault Training. Fantastic. Dash. And to use this Dash, he's going to need 12 will points. Fantastic. So now, not even at max rank, but close, he can dash 3 times at maximum ridiculous mobility. And of course, we're going to give him Zoom, Zoom, Zoom gear, so he can go unbelievably far. The hammer seems to be best bet, but just in case, we'll also bring a rifle because we just ended up using one 2 seconds ago. Let's load him up on Manticore 1, meaning we're going to have to kick somebody else out. I suppose we really don't need 2 snipers. Why don't we have Trog take a bit of a break, hit up Phoenix Point, and Christian hop on the Manticore. Beautiful.
I always argued for giving New Jericho another chance. Maybe there was more to Tobias West than greed and self-importance. Maybe New Jericho could be a force for good after all. Maybe they even believed in freedom like they kept saying. I was wrong. For that, I apologize. But at least we tried. Now we know that war really is the only option.
Ooh. So, Sanhedrian Hun declared war on New Jericho. interestingly enough, New Jericho doesn't seem to care very much about this. So my goal was to win the game before they started fighting each other, and hopefully they wouldn't destroy any of their factions on the map. As it turns out, that happened way sooner than I anticipated. It doesn't surprise me that the super diplomatic, like ultra Sherry guys hate everyone and want to kill everyone despite being in the ultra minority and also being doomed to their own death. But okay, fine. All right, well, there's not really much I can do. If they start attacking, I think New Jericho will be able to repel them for a while, which is okay, unless they have strong attack forces attacking New Jericho's bigger ones. That seems unlikely, statistically speaking, because New Jericho is just, they have more guys, they have more bases. But we'll have to see. Ultimately, I'm not going to be able to save havens that they attack, so... Well, before Sanhedrin starts getting themselves killed, making New Jericho mad, we need to get friends with everyone and finish everything. And now we get to see how well Christian Mr. McSuper Runner Guy did on his very quick lair clear. So for starters, of course, I'm going to murder the screamy weemies, so I don't have to worry about getting close to them and his will points getting reduced by their scream, and thus not being able to dash all the way across the universe.
Zooming in.
Didn't quite pull it off, but Bleed's going to finish that one off. And then all the way across the map. Look at that mobility. Now, I was going to stay here at that little perch, but then I thought, you know what? What are the chances of something coming around a corner here and spotting me? What are the chances? 100% is the chances. Hiccups galore. And of course, I had no ability to be able to see the sirens. We had to move around the corner here. And fortunately, Christian spec for running, not shooting. Voila. The siren continued to be a super sneaky weasel, hiding in a really annoying spot where no one can really see. Which unfortunately meant we couldn't quite kill it this turn. However, when you can't kill stuff, double electric monk and boom, you're basically invulnerable, so what difference does it make, right? Ultimately, they just sat around recovering and healing, which, that's actually fine by me. And finally, 15 minutes later, Sneaksy Snake done got Toodle. And we press on. Full mobility. Only took a turn using dash to zoom in, confirm the spawnery's location. However, this little guy had something to say about that. Yeah, I don't know what the heck he said, but I mean, he had something to say about it. So I figured, alright, yeah, we'll pull some return fire, but not a big deal. We'll kill it, the mission will end, mission over, success. However, turns out return fire actually procs before the mission ends, amazingly enough. And amazingly enough, yesterday's patch made it so that none of this even would have happened because return fire only happens on enemies that you shoot. So, fare ye well, Christian. Oh, wow.
Did you know that a lifetime ago, I was part of the Phoenix Project? When the mist came, I waited and waited to be activated, but the call never came. I thought I'd been abandoned. I didn't understand how bad things were at Phoenix Point, but without Tobias, I would have died. People think he's some kind of dictator, and I understand why. He has a vision and the means to realize it. We're not used to that kind of power, but power is exactly what we need in order to win this war. Speaking entirely for myself, an alliance between the Phoenix Project and New Jericho would bring together everything I've ever believed in. Please think about it.
All right.
Then I'm sure you will accept this little contribution from a former operative.
All right. Diplomacy-wise, looking at 53, 70, and 38. So at this point, we could do another layer. However, I think it makes more sense being a man down to go pick up another man, since this is our B team. Also, we don't have another running candidate to charge the spawnery in the lair anyway.
A Synedrian haven is under attack.
Ooh, there we go. So if we come over here and defend Synedrian, we're looking at our mission unlocking to get their technology. All right, let's see if we can go pick up another man before we get over there, though. No, that's looking way too tight. I think we've got to go straight in. I don't think we're going to be able to get all the way to Phoenix Point and back. Oh, antediluvian proto-civilization. Civilization on our planet first arose a much longer time ago than commonly believed, more than 2 million years ago. This civilization mingled with Homo sapiens and passing along elements of their language and history, which formed the basis of the flood myths that are so common in cultures around the world. Well, I guess they got wiped out just like in Mass Effect. Hopefully we can avoid that here. Let's see. Based on reconstructing Syme's writings about the antediluvian civilization, there are 2 potential sites that match the descriptions in Syme's notes, but it's impossible to know which one is the right one. The coordinates for both have been uploaded to our system. Wow, only -4 with New Jericho and -3 with Synedrian. And that's definitely the 12 we need to hit 50%, and I definitely want to do that so we can get the sniper rifle to disable Asilla from range. Which I actually think is the only way you can disable Asilla. Unless you brought like 15 guys with new razors and they all ran up on the same turn and stabbed it like 15 times. But yeah, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. So this mission, the Pandorans either sent a comedy crew or they sent their, like, learning team. They needed to get some experience, you know? They don't have 18,000 training facilities in their base. So Igor spotted a Bombasaur over here, and Amit's like, guys, I'm the coach. Let me coach it in the arts of Hellcannon Barrage. Chiron, I imagine, was like, oh, I'm learning so much today. Oh, wait, no, help, Amit, no! Oh. Then a Triton sought to break from the stereotype that all monsters are mindless by exploring a garden in the greenhouse. Meanwhile, this little buddy showed up and he's like, hey, Igor, greetings. Then, unfortunately, another Bombasaur revealed himself and he's like, oh, I hate the greenhouses. I will shoot green at the greenhouse. Apparently another sneaksy Triton was like, oh, maybe our powers combined can murder Igor. Igor, on the other hand, was like, yeah, nah. I'll learn you a thing or two about murder. An electric monk was like, hey, I still have this turret, guys. Take a look. Meanwhile, Steelrick's like, why is the Triton trying to paralyze plants? And then, of course, the rest of the team's like, oh, there's a Bombasaur on the loose. Let's go in the house. The ultimate counter. Then, an Arthron's like, hello! That's it. That's the end of what he did. Then the Gardener Pandoran was like, do you shoot plant or punch plant? Or shoot plant? And then this Arthron was like, oh, I'm gonna get him, boys! Wait, what do I do with this giant shield? Which way does it go? Towards the enemy or away? Sneaky Triton was like, Igor, I'm gonna get you for killing my friend, and actually managed to bonk him in the noggin. Look at that. Unlike this Arthron, Monk's turret actually did something. Then Amit's like, ooh, I can coach him again. Put me in. And he's like, oh, you should have turned your shield towards me, not away, you doofus.
That was a kill.
Unfortunately, I don't think he really retained the lesson for very long.
Acquiring
Goose
target.
was like, guys, I got a shotgun, remember? Remember?
No rest for the wicked.
And then he's like, you know what, though? Shotguns are boring! Crash! Yes, much, much better.
Trying to aim.
Igor got his vengeance for being bonked in the noggin. And Steelrook could now figure out what on earth this Gardener frigging Triton was up to. By crashing him! Not once, mind you. But twice! The Chiron apparently tried to do something but failed. However, Monk's turret for the second time did something and succeeded. And then Amit decided to go finish up what the turret had started. And after greeting the last Chiron cordially, Steel, Rick, and Igor combined finish off Haven Defense number, 18 or so in cinematic style.
Threat eliminated.
You may or may not be aware that during the early stages of the spread of the Pandora virus, several of the founding members of Synedrian were part of an organization called the Firebird Initiative, studying ways of stopping the virus. My calculations suggest that the initiative could have significantly changed the course of human history, but unfortunately its operations were suspended after an eco-terrorist attack. Humans of that time appear to have had an irrational phobia of genetic technology, a pathology I unfortunately fail to understand. We have always believed that all of the initiative's research was lost, but we have recently unearthed evidence that suggests some of it was recovered. I'm sure you understand the immense value it could hold for our current projects. We don't know whether the person who took the research is still alive, but we have the coordinates of his last known location. If you could help us investigate, we would consider it a major step in the furtherance of our common goals. I am pleased. That was the optimal projected outcome of this conversation.
The optimal projected outcome of this conversation. Boy, do I want to be friends with that guy. Sign me up. Anyways, yeah, I definitely want to do this ASAP. Let's see where it is. Right down here. There's no reason not to just quickly come grab another soldier and move to that mission.
The Jericho Haven is under attack.
Ah, that's why I was staying there, to save them. Check diplomacy, 66. Okay, that'll push them up pretty high.
The Jericho Haven is under attack.
Oh, the war has begun. Synedrian, however, will die here, so it's not a big deal. Okay, helping New Jericho is going to make everyone else super mad, but it doesn't matter. I've already unlocked their mission at this point, so that's fine and dandy. See? Nothing. Oh, there it is. We see it. Hello. So this Scylla has 1310 hit points. It has a blaster cannon, a powerful multi-shot cannon that hits for 80 with a shred of 30 and a burst of 10. Action points to use 2. Hands to use 1. Okay. How many arms does this thing have? 2. Alright. If it has 2 arms and 3 of these guns, how does that work? I have no idea, but the burst potential of this is 800 damage with basically auto-shred any armor in the game to 0. Except like the New Jericho's super heavy armor, which would be auto-shredded like 95%. So essentially, if this thing shoots at all, whoever it shoots at is dead, no matter who they are or what gear they're wearing at. However, fortunately for us, we can shoot at it before it gets to shoot at us. We'll one-shot it before it would one-shot us. Amazing strategy. Oh no. And there's going to be snipey tritons across the universe as well. Let's mark this thing for death. And also, let's kill it. I kind of want to move out of this here, so a quick aim. So we can shoot, or rather so we can move after. My god, that's terrifying though. Think about this. Absolutely, and 40 armor arm too. Well, kaboom! Oh, look at it. It's like, no, stop, Imperial, stop! Yeah, take that, light post. Anyway, think about this game for a second. Just think about the damage range.
On the move.
Either we kill it or it kills us. Wow. Oh, hey, what's this now? Scylla way out there. Or a siren, rather, way out there. That a shot? That's a shotgun, I think. Let's go see if that's a shotgun. That's one of the scariest things in the game right there. That is a shotgun. Okay. That thing hits us once. We're dead. Okay. Burial can reload. Move. He's got full will points. Take a look at this guy's health. Or the siren's health. 390. We don't even necessarily need
Identifying target.
to rage burst it. If I did, it would guarantee the death, and it would just be, everything would be so much easier.
I'm going.
Just so much easier. No worries.
Advancing.
Why take chances? Get it out. Just get it out of the board. Wow. Sure, we hit the gun twice, but it took 6 hits to kill that thing. I'm too scared to go anywhere now. Plus, we do only have 4 characters, so... Is this the end?
All set. Hostile wounded.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Whew. Opted for the armor break double shotgun. Since that guy's on Overwatch, there could be more. Wow, I actually thought he would die. Alas, not even close.
Hostile down.
Well, now we know he's not on Overwatch. Wow. He's just very healthy. Remember when grenades used to do something? Oh, it's been a while. Ooh, the shotgun actually does a lot more here. Wait, there's more? Is that a Chiron?
Hostile spotted.
Oh, yep. That's what it is, all right. Oh, he's taking cover behind this beautiful vehicle. Oh, well. Poor thing. That was an insane amount of enemy hit points to chew through. Yes, Sarujin! At long last. Look how long it takes to level up when you don't sit in a freaking base full of leveling devices. 812 materials is crazy.
Consider the individual human being. So much processing capacity, so much knowledge, all wrapped up in flesh and bone, unique, inviolate, impossible to duplicate. We are remarkable, are we not? That is the source of our power, and of my current headache. I need access to a specific individual. Only this individual has the knowledge and abilities I need. His name is Ravi Chowdhury, a former computer technician at Pokhran 3. My records tell me that he used to work with members of your organization a long time ago. Perhaps you could retrieve him for me. Excellent. I'm transmitting his coordinates as we speak.
Now, you will note he just said he needs access to a specific individual. This specific individual. So when I did this in a prior campaign, I went there. On turn 1, that guy was sniped from across the map by like Sanhedrian snipers, instantly murdered, even though I hit him at the absolute literal corner back of the map. And then the mission failed. However, wouldn't you know, this specific individual just happens to respawn somewhere else if you fail the mission. So don't worry about this specific individual. I found that really funny. In any event, God, the time is really of the essence here. I'm kind of over the, mostly done. I'm over layers at this point. We have unlocked our 74% Jericho mission, our 50% Sanhedrian mission. Those are really the only 2 missions I care about. We'll get all of their tech, and I did want to ally with Jericho, so I think that's about it. Let's see if we can't rush towards the end game here. First thing we need to do is, of course, fly up and explore for Symes down here in Phoenix Point. Voila! We now have room for 1 more character since we lost our Super Scout, and I don't think we've got anyone else who's got super mobility. Plus, we're not really going to deal with those layers. I suppose we'll bring Cal because he's the only one who actually has a gun available right now. There we go. Not bad. Finally spending some of these Phoenix skill points. Also, someone pointed out in the comments, and I didn't realize this, if you have ammo in the ready bar, you can actually reload for free, which means we could theoretically double rage burst on turn 1, which is crazy. Anyway, he's loaded up. Let's see how stamina's looking here. Not great, and hit points not great. We could wait a little bit, because I think we still have that living quarters. Yep. Wait a little bit, and then swing down here. Let's go see if this mission's going to require combat. It does. Oh, I remember this from the past campaign. This is not easy. Anywho's, that mission is going to be on the next episode, as is the one after that, and the one after that. I'm going to try to rush the objectives here and see if we can't wrap this campaign up before we lose many more havens. I'm actually really curious to see just what percentage of them we can save. In any event, that's it for today. For tomorrow, there's stuff that happens. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. 40 armor arm, too. Well, kaboom! Oh, look at it. It's like, no! Stop! Stop! Imperial, stop! Yeah, take that, light post.